Is the Mercury rising? Can you feel the Mercury rising on this Wednesday that you come upon this video? This timeless video that talks about how we're going to harness the energy of a particular planet tied to a particular day of the week. So today is Wednesday, associated with the planet Mercury. Mercury gets a little bit of a bad rap, doesn't it? Mercury retrograde. Yeah, it's when we all consider life's going to go haywire in tech or delays or travel or miscommunication, heartache, a few different things. Yeah, it heightens that time because Mercury elevates things. It creates an activation, and it is curiosity and adaptability. So it can really make you wander and wonder, but powerfully, it can help you to adapt. And I really want to talk today about breath work in particular. But before we get started, I'd like to introduce myself. My name is Sabrina Mariam, and I'm the host guide here at Ska Wellness. I'm a Holy Fire Reiki master, intuitive channel, oracle card reader. I wear many hats in this world and outside of this world. And I'm really grateful that you're here spending time with me today. Let's dive into this Wednesday Mercury day. I keep visualizing that Mercury rising, right? And the thermometer, and you know, just put some heat on that and watch it expand and grow and amplify. And then how it could cool down and it can regulate itself, and then the Mercury drops. And I want to talk about that adaptability, and recalibration was a word I wrote down here as I sat in meditation for today's reading. And I wrote, like, for sure I'm really feeling into a throat chakra activation here. 333 could be significant. It's a very influencing number, 3. When we do things in threes, we like seal them in threes, or, you know, people say, oh, bad things happen in threes. So threes are influential. That's why this is coming in as a very powerful number frequency for this reading. And I wrote, listen, lean in, and follow your soul. Listen, lean in, and follow your soul. Forgiveness is coming through, and strongly I heard nervous system recalibration. So for those of you who have seen my videos before, you know I like to bring in passages from books that I admire or that I've used to study with. And today I'm bringing in Just Breathe by Dan Brulé. This was my textbook when I became a breathwork facilitator. And it's my little breathing Bible. And it's full of so much beautiful information that is worthwhile to any human being on this planet. So I highly recommend it. But if you don't want to buy it, I'll share it with you. So let's talk about, this is chapter 3, breathing to transform your mind. When the breath wanders, the mind is also unsteady. But when the breath is calmed, the mind too will be still, and the yogi achieves long life. Therefore, one should learn to control the breath. Svatmarama. Beautiful quote. So nervous system recalibration came in really strong for this reading today. So I'd like to pull a sacred geometry activation for this before we get started. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you, angels, for this guidance today. We call in the collectives, spirit guides, ancestors, angels of the highest realms to support and guide us through this transmission today. Nervous system recalibration. We're going to talk about breathing. Okay. Oh. Ooh. Emergence. Number 25. So the frequency of emergence invites us to approach our reality with a childlike attitude of innocence and wonderment, and to watch and celebrate the beauty that unfolds from that place. And this is Sacred Geometry number 25. I'm just curious what's on the bottom of the deck here. Ooh, authority. I like this. I like this. Because like we spoke of earlier, we can have a very strong energy with Mercury, right? And like any planet, there can be it's in its amplified state, or it can be in its more grounded state. So I find with emergence, we're getting that play, that really coming out and being curious, like Mercury wants us to be, and to approach things with a air of innocence and play. And then on its flip side, we've got authority, number 10. The frequency of authority reminds us that true authority is powerful, directed, and realized, yet receptive, wise, and loving. So much heart energy here in this beautiful frequency. All bathed in love, bottom line love. So let's talk about breathing. I want to talk about breathing now because nervous system regulation came in very strong for this Wednesday's collective. And this reading's timeless. It's going to find you exactly when it needs to. Sorry, my hair's bothering me today. This reading's going to find you exactly when it's meant to. So maybe today's not Wednesday. Maybe today is Saturday. But maybe you need to stop and take some breaths. And that's what you're being called to do here today. Okay? So from this chapter, basically the author Dan Brulé is working in a medium security prison. And he starts working with an inmate. And this inmate, he wrote here, and I highlighted this: I knew that conscious breathing had the power to disrupt the pattern of negative inner dialogue people experience to one degree or another. That no matter what, conscious breathing or being aware of your breathing, like a 6-second inhale followed by a 6-second exhale, either with or without a pause in between, has the power to disrupt the pattern of negative inner dialogue. So he was working with this prisoner, and the prisoner, he had a vicious dialogue with himself and with his story. And Dan listened sympathetically at first, but then no sooner had he finished the long, sad story, he started over and repeated everything to me again, and then again, and again, between coffees, over lunch, and then again at dinner, as if for the first time. We talked about this, reliving the story over and over again. This has come out in a reading before, and what it does to the nervous system, because first of all, the story you told the first time versus the story you told the 12th time is not going to be the same story, and it will likely have gone into its emergence in its amplification, and you're sending that vibration in through your body and telling that story to all your muscles, all your cells, your heart. Your physical anatomy and your energetic anatomy is being spoken to when we give ourselves the same old story, or the negative story, or the sad story, or the painful story over and over and over again. The body will remember it and hold that vibration. So he goes on to say that if he felt that this inmate seemed impossible for him to hear anything I said or do anything I suggested. His mind, like an untrained Rottweiler, kept pulling him back onto its familiar, depressing track. But with Dan's persistency, he
the inmate finally relented and agreed to give conscious breathing a try. It was a struggle at first for both of them, getting him to stay with the process. So he started small with a small target. Focus on taking 10 full free breaths without stopping to swallow or talk or scratch or stretch. Okay, can we do it now? Can we do that, please? If you are in a safe space, could you sit down comfortably in a chair or on the floor, back supported if you need. Pause this if you need to get comfortable. For those of you who are walking or driving or in an activity, please use your discernment and be safe. And so I invite you to do this. Small target. Focus on taking 10 full free breaths without stopping to swallow or talk or scratch or stretch. Mini goal. Okay, let's do that now. Inhale, just 10 beautiful full breaths. Pause this video if you need to. Okay, good job. No stopping, no swallowing, no talking, no scratching, no stretching. Just full, free breaths. Good job. Now, go for 20. Go for 20 full, free, deep breaths. Just stay with breathing as much as you possibly can. Pause if you need to. You're doing such a good job. I can feel and hear the pulse of your beautiful, low, slow breath. You are recalibrating. Your Mercury is centering. Look at how powerful you are. Okay, now 30. Let's try 30. Free, conscious breaths. But this time I want you to try something. We'll tweak it a little bit. Make your inhale active, but your exhale passive. So you're going to breathe in. It's just an active inhale. But your exhale is just almost like a release. You're just opening a window in your chest. And just flow like that with no pauses between the inhale or the exhale. So, good job. Woo! I guess the blood flowing. Do you feel that? Please make sure you're in a safe space while you're doing this. That is going to send you into a state of centeredness like nothing else. Your Mercury, if it was up here, it's now half of what it was. And if your Mercury was low, I guarantee you feel energized. Isn't that the pick-me-up you need on a Wednesday? Right? I mean, if you did ground in on Monday like you should have and set your intentions and really focused on creating how you visually wanted to see your week and breathe in, feel into that, your Tuesday would have been wildly productive. And if it wasn't, you would know very quickly how to recalibrate and to change the point of view by communicating or speaking to someone or, delegating, right? Because all those seeds, we got tons of pentacles earlier this week. We sowed a bunch of seeds. So now, Wednesday's like you might be feeling a little bit of the pull of the energies of the week, a little bit tired. So you could use that breathing technique to energize yourself, or you could use it to recalibrate and center yourself. And literally, he goes on to say, after his first 3-minute practice, he talked at length about the strange feelings and sensations that the breathing activated in his body, right? You feel that. I know you feel that. That surge you've created, that softening, that tingling, that warmth, that feeling of being inside your body again. Embodied. That's what we do here at Ska Wellness. That's what this collective does. It gets embodied. And then these soldiers arrive, these regal kings and queens that I always see. My beautiful collective, stunning regal kings and queens you are. Yes, okay. It seemed that the feelings were actually strong enough to distract him from his usual train of negative thoughts, right? All this oxygen you put in your body, it's like sending all this emergence and authority. When he completed his second 3-minute practice, he had an amazing breakthrough. His eyes lit up and he began to smile. He proclaimed, we need to celebrate. We need to celebrate. This is from breathing consciously for 6 minutes. You have 6 minutes in your day, collective, to recalibrate on a Wednesday or any other day where you feel you need it, now that you have this tool in your toolbox. I visited him for the next 2 weeks, and through all that time, he remained in that positive state. He got onto his phone and called the leader of a famous band from Argentina. The next day, a group of musicians were in the courtyard giving us all a live performance. He laughed and sang and danced while waving handkerchiefs in both hands. It confirmed to me once again the power of conscious breathing to interrupt our mental chatter and reverse even the most severe negative spirals. You just gave yourself medicine. I hope you know that. By breathing like that for the shortest period that we did 10, then we did 20, then we did 30. If you didn't get through it, pause it, go back right now, complete it. And make sure as you grow, and the last one, it's that inhale followed that by that passive exhale with no pause in between. That is your sweet spot. You're actively inhaling with authority. You're passively emerging and pushing out. You're breathing in the frequency of 10. You're exhaling the frequency of 25. Really, really beautiful. Go back and try. The power of conscious breathing to interrupt our mental chatter and reverse even the most severe downward negative spiral. You didn't even take a pill. That's huge. You just administered that to yourself. So, this is what we do when we need to recalibrate, when the Mercury is rising or when the Mercury is falling. And we can change the narrative of even the most horrible downward spiral. Guys, that's such a strong gift to have. You hold that within you. You can use this method and you can do it anytime, anywhere. You can take a break in your day if it's just really not going well and recalibrate with breathing. If you're overstimulated, this will even help. You want to bring yourself and calm yourself down. Sometimes it's too much to do the low, slow. Sometimes you just need to actively pump out some energies. Movement matters. It is part of the pillars of health. Nutrition, connection, movement, and rest. Wednesday Mercury is asking us to move some energy. Move it up or move it down. What do you need? And by listening to the cues of your body, you're becoming so smart. You're becoming so intuitive. Oh, see? My house alarm beeper thing that just keeps going. It's now the confirmation beep. I've decided I'm not even going to call them to come and fix it now. So, I love this for you guys. Let's get some affirmations. Affirmations for the collective on this Wednesday Mercury Day. That was too much. Wednesday Mercury Day. Just Breathe, Mastering Breathwork by Dan Brulé. You guys. And the forward was by Tony Robbins. That's right. Forgot that. It's cut twice off the top. It is safe to be in my body. It is safe to be in my body. I will transcend every loss. I will transcend every loss. Overcoming fear. Everything is for me. Nothing is against me. Oops, sorry. Integrating. It says here, integrating the ego. Yeah. Wednesday is a great day to integrate. You've had a lot of things happen already over the last few days. It would be wise to integrate them today. It would also be nice to journal. All of a sudden in my mind's eye, my third eye, saw a download of a journal and a pen. I love journaling. I journal every night. I find it to be a very positive experience for my mental health. I don't journal in I feel it's not typical way. I like to just auto write and I just let out whatever comes to me, even if it's numbers or gibberish or I don't know. Sometimes I go back and read it. Sometimes I don't. Sometimes those things that I write down become the basis of what I find comes out in my readings. So I believe that part of my writing also creates part of what we share and talk about here today. So perhaps your writing will also create a channel for you to flow out what you need, to integrate, to transcend, and to feel safe. And those are 3 wonderful things to do on a Wednesday to recalibrate yourself, to move forward into the final days of the week. And the good stuff is coming because we got Venus Day around the corner. But I'm staying present. I'm in the present moment. I'm not living for the future, I promise. What shall we do? Let's do a little Reiki transmission. Okay? So if you're in a comfy space, you got your blankie and your pillow already, so get cozy, close your eyes. And for those of you who are driving, please don't close your eyes. Just make sure you're safe, or if you're just relaxing, just be somewhere safe. If you're walking, stay aware. Okay? Don't need anyone in the collective getting hurt. Okay, so let's start by going back to some of those breaths. All right, conscious breaths, just full, deep, thorough inhales, exhales, in through the nose, out through the nose. Get comfy. And I'd like to call in the holy fire frequency for the highest and greatest good of this collective with us here today. I call in spirit guides, spiritual allies, angels of the highest realms, Archangel Michael, Archangel Gabriel, sound your horn. Archangel Raphael, thank you for arriving into our heart spaces. Ancestors, thank you, thank you, thank you. I call in the holy fire frequency for this collective's highest and greatest good. Please take a moment to accept or consent to receiving the holy fire Reiki energy and frequency as it transcends time and space and arrives with you, exactly where you are, exactly how you are, without judgment, loves you unconditionally, free will, it respects. Holy fire, holy fire, holy fire. If you do not wish to receive the holy fire frequency, no problem. Simply use this time as a means to go within for your own personal reflection and self-care. I set the intention today for the collective to feel safe in their bodies, to transcend every loss, and to integrate. I call in the frequency of emergence and authority. Listen, lean in, and follow your soul. Feel forgiveness coming through, nervous system regulation, deep relaxation, curiosity. I see all you curious cats. What a beautiful collective. You're all purring. You're such sweetie pies. For your highest and greatest good. Stay with the breath, darlings. Beautiful. If you have an intention that you would like to set personally, please do so. Wishes are real. Wish upon your soul star every day. Set your intentions, set your manifestations. The universe wants to hear from you. I continue holding the holy fire frequency as I pull a spirit animal card for the collective on this Wednesday Mercury day. A spirit animal for the collective, please. Dog spirit. Be loyal to what you love. Be loyal to what you love. Hey, collective, what are you loyal to? Number 19. I love the number 19. Dog spirit appears to remind you that although change is a part of life and all of us are meant to evolve, our love and commitments remain strong. You are loved now and can trust that this higher love is true. Spirit loves you, and love has arrived in many forms now, manifesting in the people you surround yourself with, expressed uniquely through them. Dog spirit also says, be true to that which you love, for now is a time of good fortune. How lovely. Have faith in Spirit's plan for you, Spirit. Have faith in Spirit's plan for you, collective. Oh, that was like we had a little prayer there for Spirit. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you, angels of the highest realms. I release the holy fire frequency. May it continue to integrate over days for your highest and greatest good. I love you, collective. I had so much fun with you today. Until next time, bye for now.